Like,
Bruno Guimaraes. Finally, this saga has reached a conclusion, people. I'm sure you would have seen the news from the David Ornsteins, the Romanos, the and of Arsenals. The list goes on. Bruno Guimaraes, pending a medical, is about to be an Arsenal footballer for 75 million. And oh man, it's amazing. Like, it's a full circle moment. It was a full circle moment, finally winning the Premier League, you know, because we, prior to this season, obviously since I started YouTube, we haven't won the Premier League. So we finally had celebrationary, if that's even a word, streams. And another thing for my long-term subscribers, if you're new here, smash the like button. If you're not new here, smash the like button. Please make sure you're hitting the likes. Pardon me. I'm known for complaining about Arsenal central midfield. You go back to the Edu Arteta times, I said, Arteta, you as a centre mid. Edu, you as a centre mid. Why is centre mid the one area that we haven't fully patterned up? Finally, it's patterned. Defence, obviously, we need to, there's a caveat, get a little, another little defender in there because of Saliba's injury. But defence, our defensive options are solid. Goalkeeper, big up Raya, shout to the rest. But the defensive aspect of the team is patterned. Midfield, I'm proud now. I'm proud. Bruno Guimaraes is going to, Bro, Bruno Guimarães, Declan Rice, that's the best centre mid partnership anyways. But them two, Miles Lewis-Kelly, and obviously Zuba Mendinho, well, we're sorted. Over a 50-plus game season, you've got Marino, you've got Kai, you've got Odegaard, you've got Eze, you've got, on paper, Wanyeri and Dowman, little cute things we could do if we have to finesse it, so we can finally shut up. And bro, we got good options. Like, another thing, there's beyond the obvious, yeah. By the way, people, at 1:30, I got a video coming out where I kind of did a tactical analysis on Guimaraes. This video will take you there, innit? But without spoiling it and without talking about the obvious, another thing that intrigues me about Bruno Guimaraes is because on paper, he's a plug and play. He's a win now mode. What you see is what you get. He's 28 years of age. He's had highs and lows in his career. He's won cups and whatnot. I like what he is. And obviously the fact that we're getting another leader in the same vein of Declan Rice, it almost mimics what Alex Ferguson used to do, cherry pick other Premier League sides. One thing that attracts me, and I know it's very different because Rice was a couple years younger, but we thought what you see is what you get from Declan Rice. And to a degree it is, but you know, year in, year out, Declan Rice hasn't played the same way. He showed more bows to his arrow. I do wonder what Bruno Guimaraes under Mikel Arteta could be, whether that's more goals and assists, whether that's other bows to his arrow. But yeah, passing range, all of those kind of things, can score from set pieces, can take set pieces, a captain, pardon my French, in a nice way, he's a cunt. Obviously, you know, in bad moments that helps you. What I like about Guimaraes is, yes, you've joined the team that's won the Premier League trophy, but you ain't won it. We've got to 2 finals. You weren't there. So you want to make sure you're there and you're getting your pictures, because 2027, we need to run it back. I promise so much of you that I was with at the parade, we're going to be here next year. And I think we need to. I've been saying it. I'll hold my L's. You know, when there's L's to hold, I've held them. When there's W's, there's W's. I wholeheartedly believe we're doing a domestic double, specifically the Premier League and the FA Cup. Mikel Arteta, since we've won that FA Cup, that's meant to be our trophy. Us and United have won it the most times. But since we've won it, we've been shoddy in that competition. Let's get back to it. Of course, I've got Champions League dreams and nightmares. League Cup, no one don't really care if you don't win. But when you get to the final, the latter stages, you want to complete it. And I make Kai Havertz right. Clearly, we're not going to do the quadruple, but the ambition of us and probably all top 6 sides has to be go as far in all competitions as you can and potentially win it. Getting back to this Bruno thing, let me know your thoughts. I'm happy it's over, man, because again, I know I'm not a transfer man. I'm not on the ground and whatnot with what they're doing. Shout out to Arsenal, by the way, because all this, they're not going to sell him because Tonali and Gordon went and it's 100 million or nothing. Like, we're seeing Luke Edwards and all them Newcastle journalists crying. Berta stuck to his guns. We finessed it. We've got it. So I'm happy. I'm happy for that, man. I can't praise us enough. It worked, but the sagas, man, you know, Bruno was drawn out. You know, we initially, the 8th of July, David Ornstein's first thing that he signaled his willingness to want to leave. On the 5th of July, I'd imagine he's on a plane to London right now. Things are going to happen. But Bruno was drawn out. Eze was drawn out. Gyökeres was drawn out. Rice was drawn out. We never got him, but Caicedo was drawn out. We never got him, and thank the Lord we didn't. Big up Trossard. Enjoy Turkey, my bro. But he was drawn out. You get where I'm kind of going with it, people. So it'd be nice to just wake up and we've just signed a man. But wait, I'm happy for Bruno. But hopefully he's not the only Brazilian that forwards. Me personally, my heart is hoping for Vini. My brain is telling me But I'll just put the other left, whoever the other left winger is, just put that in the bag, put the defensive reinforcements to cope with the absence of Saliba in the bag. Let's continue with our pre-season, innit? Because we're playing tonight, people. Obviously, this is going to be a shorter live stream because I'm going to talk sport for 2 hours. Then I'm racing back home. We're watching Arsenal versus Betis. Sunday, we're going to be playing Dortmund. We'll be there for a watch along. So, yeah, man. And big up to you lot that would have seen, like I did a condensed video that came out earlier today. I'm happy Bruno's quality. And this feels like, bro, JD, you know you can't be saying these words, but what is that? I'm happy Bruno is quality. And this feels like a conduit. I don't know them thing there, brother, but to convince Vini Jr even more. Now, what's that? So it's caveat? I don't know, my guy, man. I don't know, man. You have to allow me. Where's the food chain shouts now? The ops have gone quiet. You know what? If I replied to all the ops, I'll be here all day, yeah. But sometimes, you know, I do go and look at things, innit? I do go and look at things. And I remember like when we first thought we had the here we go for Bruno. If you see the comments on my YouTube show, oh, you dropped the gun too early and you're not going to get him. And at this age, well, every now and again, yeah, I reply to these things. Like, you think when we won the league title, yeah, you think I didn't go back to specific moments? Like, specifically, Bournemouth at home, where people are like, oh, Arsenal again, second again, ole, ole. I'm childish like that on occasion, you know. I enjoy that banner. By all means, give it to me as an Arsenal fan. When we take L's, give it to me. But as I always tell you, look, make sure you kill me, you know. When you come for the king, don't miss. Make sure you destroy me, because as long as there's breath, I will be back and I will be firing. And I'll bring it all on next season, man. I want all the smoke. We're one siding away from domination, tranquillo. For me, domination is what we saw Alex Ferguson's thing used to be. Domination is Manchester City. I don't quite know about domination. What I would say, so that's domination. What I would say is, at Arsenal, and as Arsenal fans, we've done a lot of talking about the past. You know, even indirectly with this Vinny stuff, people saying, oh, a couple of years ago, we weren't in these conversations. We do a lot of waffling about the past. Lord knows everything that we've been through during Mikel Arteta's reign, the Emirates era, the highs and the lows. We do a lot of talking about the future. It's now time to seize the present. We don't use the past as experience. We don't know what the future looks like. But in this present moment, we've got a golden window to win silverware. I don't want to be that guy talking about the past. But I think everybody, when we got away from being excited about winning the Premier League and stuff, in the last 4 years where we've got one, it'd be fair to say we should have got 2 minimum. Some would even say 3. So let's make up for lost time. That's where the Brunos, that's where the existing players, that's where, for me, it would be lovely to get Vinicius. That's where, as I keep saying, and I've probably said on every video, long term, we need to be finding these Viniciuses and all of these players before they get to where they're getting at. We haven't got no Julian Alvarez when he was at River Plate. We never got Vinny and Rodrigo and Endrick when them man were in Brazil. We need to start finding these kind of guys. And I would love to get Vinny, but I do think we're approaching that scenario where we need players that change the trajectory of this club. And I think so far, there's many a player that you could say that, you know, but I would say if I had to pick one, it would be Declan Rice. You know, couple of names. You would say Dennis Bergkamp changed the trajectory of this football club. Declan Rice, the same. You go back to the Emirates era when we was financially, apologies, under certain scrutinies. When we signed Alexis and Ozil, that signaled, yeah, all right, cool, we're kind of out of that. Rice showed us we're here to be serious. Them kind of guys, Vinny, etc. That's, yeah, we're really trying to do this. So let's fucking go win it, man. And what I would say is, yeah, there's going to be a lot of talk of, oh, what's going to happen to Zubi, Lewis Skelly, this, that, and the other. There's 2 positions in midfield, excluding the 10. There's 2 positions, and there's 4 man fighting. Make sure Arteta can't leave you out. And on the by the same token, bro, there's 50+ games. Soon it's going to be 2 games a week, 3 in 10 days. We talk about running Zubi into the ground. We talk about running Rice into the ground. Obviously, when you look at what actually happens on the football pitch, I will never forget West Ham away, but not least because of the tears and whatnot that we gave the world. But we moved Rice out of that midfield. He went right back. It was dark. And to be fair, on paper, with no defensive recruitment, I wouldn't rule out Zubimendi doing some dodgy right-back shift under Mikel Arteta, but we're not even going to make it about that. Vinny would be a crazy signing, but I always wanted Mitoma. I don't know if that's a bad take. I think the Mitoma thing in 2026 for me is gone. Big up Tomiyasu, who is apparently, you know, about to sign for Crystal Palace, by the way, man. The Vini Jr meeting only last 1 hour this morning. Real Madrid CEOs didn't look too happy. Pictures leaked after the meeting. We're going to have to see. And you know what? I'm even preying what's going on with Julian Alvarez. Apparently, Deco was in Madrid talking to Atletico or agents trying to see what could happen there. Arsenal, don't whet my appetite, man. Rise up a Vini or Alvarez, man. Even if it don't bang, like I want designer clothes now, man. Sambi is here in M5. Samba is here in M5. Apologies. Still got PTSD with Lukonga. Waiting for the last Infinity Stone. Bruno G, ready-made now, but I want some young guns. I want Krupi, a centre-back / right-back, and a left winger. Defender now, Vini now, please, better. Probably got a big hope, but F it, we are the Arsenal. Vini, come in, lads, calmer. I'll believe it when I see it, innit? I'll believe it when I see it. Mentally, just put my other left wing in the bag. If there's even 1% of hope for Vini, try, but make sure when that window closes, every area has been addressed. That's just my thing. But if we got Vini, it's scary. Not for us. It's scary for us as Arsenal fans, because we've come a long way, you know. We've come a long way. Smash the likes if you have. We've come a long way, man. Not even the best Bruno in the Prem. What's the other Bruno? I don't know. The youth that got the assist record. Dead. What? Man United fans, you still gassing up Telemans and that. Andre Santos and that. Meaty. You lot are doing what Arsenal fans do over Noni Madueke. Oh, if Carrick can and did his passing stats. Meaty. Dead food. Wet star dog. Tired. Don't care about that. I see Rants, big up Rants. I see Rants talking about if you get Sander Burge and you got Bruno and you got Sander Burge, Bruno Fernandes, and what's the other youth? There's an next youth, Telemans, that midfield could be anyone. Bro, that midfield will get ransacked. Bruno's gonna give the ball away. Telemans ain't got the legs. We'll get ransacked, man. Go, stop being sour, bro. Stop being sour. It's not our fault. You lot are obsessed with us. John Ant, make sure you're subscribed with Amazon Prime for your BS, man. Clearly, you know about good content creators. What about Hendrick? I would love him. There's rumors that he wants to leave. Equally, like if there's 10 rumors Hendrick wants to leave, there's 10 saying he wants to stay. There's bare whispers. Vinny meeting concluded. I can't lie. I think Vinny coming with the Diamande deal happening around the same time makes me assume they're linked. Arsenal offer of 100% image rights may be game-changing in Vinny's decision to come to Arsenal. Rochdale Nation, I think you mean Rock Nation, seems like agents that want the best deals for their clients. Every agency want the best deal for their client. Well, Telemans hype. I don't care about that. We come a long way. Used to get excited for Jackson links. Bruno G for 75 mil. Bet City and Spurs asking which Bruno did Arsenal just buy. Bro, certain man spent 100 million on Tonali in it. They have to. He must get 100 goals in assists, because the way people talk about Rice, I want the same energy for everyone. I see Bruno making our attack look more like 2022-23 black and gold season. We're getting accustomed to a certain vibe with Bruno G, Vinny, Alvarez, Arsenal. Please keep maintaining it. If we could, brother, if we can hold on to this Prem for one more year, because back to back, and if we could win the champs, I'm not even dreaming about champs. Vinny makes me think we could be serious. But then even that, yeah, because we would rightly so, we'd be looking at Vinny to be the Messiah, innit? Is he on it week in, week out? I'd have to watch Real Madrid, because I need you to be on it. Because I was having this debate with my friend in a WhatsApp group chat. Is Vinícius Jr better than Alexis Sanchez? I don't think he is. I can't cap. I don't think, big him up, but I don't think he is. So I need you to be a difference maker. Bruno G and Zolis costing less than Anderson and Rodgers. Berta is a wicked man. This is why I rate Berta, man. When there's bare waffling, they're not going to get him. They're going to do this. There's a reason we don't know what Berta sounds like. We don't know if his voice is high pitch, low pitch. You just put my Bruno in the bag. I'm forwarding. Certain man getting excited about Bacola. No, he's not. Bruno G to Arsenal doesn't move me one bit. Who cares? What? You more moved by 117 Morgan Rodgers? We don't care if you move. You don't support Arsenal. Half the signings we've made, and half, do you know what's so wicked? Half the signings that all clubs make that actually make the difference, they're not the gassers and the needle movers, but we don't care what you think, bro. Focus on Xabi Alonso, Juju. Focus on Chelsea. Danny Welbeck is your best player automatically. Jordan Henderson is a glorified supply teacher. Focus. Wait, you see when you're at the top? We're just focusing on maintaining and staying there. I don't look down. I don't know what Chelsea are doing. Don't know what United are doing. I definitely don't know what Spurs are doing. I don't know what Liverpool are doing. Ooh, what happened there? Two goals up against Leeds and Butler. I don't know what's going on, man. We're just focused on us, man. You know, what's that saying about Lions? Only about the opinions of Lions, and they don't watch sheep and all of that stuff. All right, come on, hand of Arsenal. Big up DG. Bruno G is an insane signing Brazilians at my club. And long may it continue. There's a spot for one more. I'm gassed about Bruno G, man. As I said, the main thing is what Arteta has planned for him. Like I think I know of Bruno on the 5th of August, and what am I going to see? The collective options. I can finally shut up about midfield. And you know what, yeah? We know how cold Declan Rice is. We know what Bruno can bring us. I'm never going to snake Zubi. But I think people downplay how fucking brilliant Miles Lewis-Skelly is. I've got some unimaginable plans, bro. There's, obviously Eze, Odegaard, they're probably going to partner a Rice or a Bruno or whatever variations of such. But you see the games where suffocating teams on paper put Lewis-Skelly left back. Obviously in the game, he's in midfield to go with. Bro, we got options, man. We got options, man. DG's analogy, the transfers of Vinny and Alvarez as him wanting designer clothes, even if it doesn't bang. Bro, yeah, spend the bread, man. Spend the red, man. Want designers now. Hand of Arsenal does cover every blade of grass, man. I'm starting to think it's more than one person. Lions don't care about the opinions of sheep. That's the one, man. Even if we don't get Vinny, signing Bruno is a significant needle mover. Even City fans are like, oh shit, Vinny is the cherry on top. It is a needle mover. Two shoes can be held in the same regards. But again, like, we say this all the time, but like our defensive options, and obviously team players are always going to leave. You're going to buy players, evolution, all that kind of stuff. But we always say, if you break our team down into 3 thirds, yeah, the defensive third is calm. Like, we know we want Lewis Skelly to play in midfield, but Lewis Skelly, Hincapié, Calafiori, Mosquera, Gabriel, Saliba, Benjamin White, Jurien Timber, Asterix, next defender. Obviously, you've got Raya, One Love, Kepa, and Millie on paper. You lot are so good, so good. Unique qualities, calm. You look in our midfield. You know what? We got Lewis Skelly, you got Rice, you got Guimaraes now, you've got Zubamendi, you've got Eze, you've got Odegaard, you've got Wanyeri, you've got Dauman, you've got Marino and Kai, who probably will be played up front, but throughout a 50+ season, there might be little cute and clever things we've got to do. So I'm cool with our defense. The middle third, I'm calm. Defense wins titles, and we've shown that. And to be fair, our defenders scored. It's the breadwinners now. The people that, you know, there's a reason typically at football clubs, the attackers are the ones that are the legends and held in high regards and inspire people to support clubs and get the number 7s and the number 10s, and at Arsenal, the number 14 and all these things. We need that stardust now. And it's a twofold. We do need our tactics to evolve. We do need our players individually to go up the gears. We do need to find a way to break down low blocks. And obviously, we need to recruit whoever in it. Ideally, a Vinny. If you can go and find some random Joe Blogs nobody knows about, we sign him, and, you know, in the season to come, he starts shelling it down, because everyone's got to start somewhere, innit? Like, Alexis Sanchez was at Udinese before he went to Barcelona. I know the dynamics and the remit has changed, and obviously a part of the changes, we've gone from kind of trying to get top 4 to compete into, we're at the upper echelons. We're not Real Madrid, we're not them guys, but, you know, regardless of where these teams are at, like, for example, I saw in a couple of weeks, it's the draw for the Champions League. I might stand corrected. But when you get away from the whole, oh yeah, PSG is going to win it, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, this one, that one, we're the next name. So we're a competitive bunch. It's just about getting those difference makers, man. Even on their bad days, Kvaratskhelia didn't have the best of games against us in that Champions League final. Got the wrong side of Mosquera, penalty, bang, whatever happened. We need that. We need that. We're so close, man. We're so close. If he gets like 15 goals and 10 assists or a bit less, I'm cool. I just want to see you do your Brazilian shit, my boy, man. No Vinny goal out for Kvaratskhelia. There's no chance. Arsenal got no chance of Kvaratskhelia, my boy. No chance. There's no need at all for him to leave PSG. You got back-to-back Champions Leagues. They're the best club at this moment in time in Europe. Personally, I've said it before. I said they would win the Champions League last year. I think they were in it 3 times on the spin. Apparently, your wife is comfortable. Of course, who wouldn't like Kvaratskhelia? But they're the kind of guys, for me, you got to be grabbing them before they go to Napoli, let alone when they're at Napoli and they're saying 80, 90 million. Before PSG, you know even how to spell his name. And Lord knows how long his name is. You've got to agree that. Or you end up in a scenario like this. I don't know how it would work, but I genuinely think he'll play for Real Madrid one day, just because, like, bro, like, you can't get any higher. Like, it has to be PSG. It has to be there. Part of me did think if Vinny ever left Real Madrid, he'd go PSG. I hope I'm wrong, so Arsenal can benefit. We've got 50 likes. Appreciative to the 50 of you who have hit the like button, of course, but raise the decibels, people. On a road to 100K, people. We'll get into the news in just a sec, because I do have to be conscious of time. Still 3 weeks to go. Was hearing man say they want Berter out. Bro, you know how Arsenal fans are, oh, Berter's not doing nothing. We're sitting on our hands. Just, if you really make Morgan Rogers paid 117 million, we're Premier League champions, for God's sake. What's going on? As we said last year, by all means, if it appears to us, we're just armchair experts. When there's reasons to be optimistic, I'm going to be optimistic. When there's reason to be pessimistic, we're going to be pessimistic. But once again, don't judge these dons at the start. Judge them at the end, because once the window ends, now we can judge of what you could, what you did, or most importantly, didn't do. So we can't afford to fuck this up. We're so close to perfection. We need a big left winger. Attack elite just added Gorilla, Zolis, Dauman, Ethan to it with Vini on. I don't think our attack is elite. Big up DG, big up Rebel. You convinced me when we first got linked to Bruno. Come on, we need him. Once Vinny becomes officially available, watch PSG food chain Arsenal, 75 million with add-ons. Chelsea spending money is water wet, forget them cheats. After review, Vinny to the carpet. This is the best midfield depth we've had in years, bro. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Defensively elite, midfield elite now. The attack needs an upgrade. Yeah, our attack is... Come on, man. Like, our attack ain't doing it. Some man haven't been fit. Some, like, Saka's more of a fitness thing. Eze, it's, you know, a bit of Arteta and a bit of you. It's more about dynamics. The Kais and the Yokerezes, it's more about accepting them for what they are. Martinelli's a tool in the toolbox. Again, to say we need to upgrade on the left-hand side is another thing. If you split our team into subsections, it's the attack. Like, again, it's another, last season was another season for the last 3-4 years. We know we're going to score goals. We're going to score 100+ goals. But who's going to get the goals? You wasn't necessarily shocked if Martinelli had a purple patch or if Trossard did. And you're not even shocked if they don't. We need players we can bet on in that regards. Because, again, you go for our team, we can talk about Bruno, but there's no point because he wasn't here last year. The guys that you could bet on, it's the spine of our side. It's the David Rayas, it's the Salibas, it's the Gabriels, it's the Rices, it's the Timbers, it's the defensive spine, innit? So, yeah, man. First marquee signing of the summer and not the last. I hope so, man. I hope so. Chelsea's scouting system is to look at Arsenal targets. Glad they got Rodgers and spent nearly all their budget ready. To be fair, Chelsea have been linked with Rodgers for years, if I'm completely honest. So it's about right that they move for him. He better listen. If your midfielder costs 100+ odd million quid, I need to see Declan Rice stuff. Better midfield depth. They get less fatigue, leading to less injuries. Are we expecting Vini news today or tomorrow? I'm just here, man. So we bringing Bruno G out for the Community Shield. 100%, man. You'd imagine he signs today. He begins, he probably meets his teammates and does all of that. You would imagine he's going to start training within the next 24 hours. Hopefully for the Arsenal fans making their way to the Emirates for Sunday's game against Dortmund, they get to see him. There'll probably be a bit more shirt sales now. And then obviously next week, I know the season don't start next week, but it does, innit? The Community Shield curtain raiser. We're here now, really and truly. Rival fans are funny, man. Think we care about them. Nobody cares about Arsenal, but all they do is chat on us. If so many media outlets, so many YouTube channels that don't, and football's all inclusive. We talk about all sports here, but if you lot talk about my club more than the club you love, why? Because I get it, the game's the game, pay your bills and whatnot. But my thing is, you can't tell me you hate Arsenal. Then you can't tell me you're not obsessed. You can't tell me any of this because you chat about us more than we talk about ourselves. But we like it. They hate us anyways. They call us unbearable anyways. Let them talk. When we have L's, we'll hold it. When we win, we'll chat shit. Simple as that, man. We're not trying to be liked, bro. We're not trying to be like, name me a historian that's done anything of significance, a businessman that's done anything of significance, a sports athlete in individual and collective sports that might be celebrated, but when have they been liked? Nobody liked Sir Alex Ferguson's Uniteds. Nobody liked Arsenal's winning sides, like now. Nobody liked Jose Mourinho's Chelsea sides. Nobody really liked Pep City sides. Nobody liked the Spurs side. Now, fucking Spurs have never did it. No one cares about no Europa League. You've never did it, man. A's up to he frees up, call the boys in the frozen, man. Like Bruno G and that. Because I remember all the times we went to war against you and these things, and now you're part of us. Now you're part of us, man. Arsenal pay a lot of creators' bills. Facts. Chelsea midfield free is over 300 mil. There's no one on top. Like, Rodri's the best centre mid in the Prem. I've maintained that. You lot tried to fight. Before the World Cup, you lot tried to fight me. Oh, what do you mean? It's Rice. Nah, it's Rodri, G. But, right, Rodri leaves. We've got the best midfielder in the Premier League. Let's have it right. And collectively, like collective options, we do have the best centre mid. We do. We literally do. And it'd be interesting to see the partnership. Statistically, last season, Rice and Zubi was our partnership, the first choice one. We saw what Lewis Skelly and Rice done towards the back of the end of the season. And there's more other things that we could do in that regards, man. Lewis, I'm not going to lie. If somebody has to leave, I would pick Zubi. I'm not going to lie. Not this season, because my hot take is I think Zubi's going to, he seems like one of them. He might want to go back to sunny Spain sooner rather than later. We cannot afford to lose Miles Lewis Skelly. That man is the future of this football club. And I think people downplay, bro, that's a 70, 80 odd million pound midfield already. Like, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, man, this is what we want. Appreciate your super chat. Thank you. I very much doubt Vinny will join the Arsenal. I think we're done for this transfer window, DG. Nah, man, we can't be done. There's several people that need to cut. We need to bring people in. We've got moves to make, man. Vinny news probably happened on the weekend. Apparently he's meeting with Madrid to wrap things up either way. Bro, I'm waiting for that Vinny signs new deal thing, innit? Should we pay over 110 mil for Vinny if he's only bro? If Vinny's available, if they're saying 130, 140, 150, pay it, bro. By all means, try and barter, try and bargain in life. You shouldn't pay the asking fee. No fucking about, bro. If they're saying 130, 140, bro, you can't be going there with 110. Put the bread down. In an ideal world, there's legitimately an opportunity to get him. Put the peas down. Let's keep it moving, man. There's no penny pinching. If you go Harrods, you got to pay Harrods prices. It's as simple as that, man. There's a party regardless, Warren, man. You look, come on, you look got fat Telemans, man. Teletubby. Meaty. Gyökeres with Saka and Vinny either side, back-to-back titles, bro. We will now have that aura where we beat teams in the tunnel. Our line up is scary. Skelly's going nowhere. Bun that. Facts, man. DJ, if I was a betting man, I would say Zubi will be back in Spain next year. Where does Marino fit in? Do you cash him when the stock is high? Marino, you're a guy. You're not gonna be me. For me, you typify what a squad player is. Like, it's a 38 game calendar. Like, we've known. Like, you don't just batter teams. There's games that go end to end. There's games for you. I see you as more of a striking option. You will play League Cup. You probably play in midfield. There'll be games where you come off the bench. You're one of the most clutch players. Not necessarily the best, but you've seen it in an Arsenal shirt. He scored some vital goals for us. You've seen it in the last 2-3 years. Marino's been here. You see it for Spain. He can't. Him, Kai, these kind of man, they score clutch goals, and especially with losing Trossard, who, again, you look at his stats in the Prem. None of our attackers had any eye-catching numbers. Bar Gyökeres with his 14 and 21 in all comps. You need Marino, man. Jalen is normally the most positive man on this platform and the most positive mod and member. Appreciate you. If he's saying Vinny ain't happening, then, like, my 2% hope this Vinny thing's happening has probably been downgraded a bit. Vinny ain't happening. I'm more focused on who we pivot towards when it doesn't happen. That's kind of my thinking as well. Trade Martinelli plus 100 mil to get Vinny. Real Madrid ain't having no Martinelli. Vinny will most likely extend with Madrid. Who should Arsenal pursue instead? Honestly, I don't know. But if we're keeping it 100%, for the last 2-3 years, we've known we've needed a left winger. So there should be a backlog of bare different targets, household names, random guys of all profiles, not necessarily just young, but there might be a 25-year-old playing in Poland. I don't know. I'm saying random things. Nobody knows about him. You sign him, he becomes the next Mo Salah or the next Sadio Mane. Everyone's got to start somewhere, innit? Again, Vinny was bought from Brazil. Mohamed Salah, they called him a Chelsea flop. He went Italy. Liverpool bought him. The rest is history. I'm naturally pessimistic on the big names. For whatever reason, Morgan Rogers never happened. It's neither here nor there. Vinny, you're relying on negotiations to go south with Real Madrid. Bacola, who he was linked with, it seems like Liverpool are putting the finishing touches on that one. Naturally, we'll probably get linked with Nico Williams again. We were taking around the houses with him. I can't lie, I'm not on the Rashford staff. I'm definitely not on the Rafa Leão staff. A part of me, again, scouts do your jobs, man. I don't know, man. If it's got to be another Zolis kind of unknown done, then so be it, innit, really, and part that off till next year. Vinny, KK, or ride with Zolis gladly. Vinny is happening. We need this. Don Berta, Italian Mafia. We've already signed Zolis. Bring me another one. We need another one, bro. I can't lie to you. We're weakened from last season then, because on paper, you had last season you had Trossard, Martinelli, and Eze's ability to play there amongst other things. You've let Trossard go. On paper, you got Zolis and Martinelli. I like what Zolis could be, but I need to see a body of work. Martinelli, we accept you for what you are, and you've got Eze. I think we're missing a trick there, if I'm honest. If that is the case, though, I do want to see the Max Dowmans, the Wanyeris get some level of an apprenticeship on that left-hand side if we're not going to sign no one. And I'll be honest, I clearly want a left winger in it or whatever. I want another one in it. Like, I want another one. But a part of me is open to, and I don't necessarily agree with this, but just park it off in it. Do you just go heavy on the striker? Vinny's not happening, man. Unpopular opinion, Arteta can unlock either Mudryk or Gittins. No. If Arteta can unlock them, then Arteta, I can't lie, we need to change your key at the Emirates, man. No more of them signings, man. It's done. The last rebuild was Madueke. Make it happen with these guys, innit? Please, Arsenal, get this deal over the line so I can interview Brazilians before I leave my holiday here. Pick up yourself. Oh, you're in Brazil. I want to go to Brazil next year, to be fair. To me, it's clear Mikel has always liked Nico Williams. We have tracked him for 3 years. He's on big wages. Konza will happen too, watch, and it will be way lower than 60 million. I mean, if you can get it for an affordable fee, I wouldn't be against it. Could Bruno unlock Martinelli the way Xhaka did? I hope so. But again, with me and Martinelli, the unlocking thing is dead now. You got to unlock yourself. You have to unlock yourself. It don't like, cool, we'll create more chances. But at the end of the day, it's you with your decision making. You've got to make the decision. I could be Bruno Guimaraes and pull it on a plate and put you in on goal. It's you that needs to decide, is it the right option to go near or far post, square it to my teammate? The consistency in Martinelli's decisions isn't there, which is why I say accept it for what he is. Bruno, 42 mil cheaper than Rodgers. Never doubt Don Berta. To be honest, I expect Vinny to sign a new deal. That's why I'm not overexcited. It's just a potential market opportunity. DG was doing that back in Zubi last year. Now he wants to sell him traitor settings. You're not listening, man. You pay whatever they ask for Vinny. I think Arsenal is using Vinny to sign Endrick. Bro, bring me something from Real Madrid because somebody's got a cut from Real Madrid. I know we're not going to get any of them, but Vinny, Arda Güler, this one, that one, there's something going on over there. We need to be attentive to such, man. Big up yourself, man. We finally got our man. Berta will surprise us. I'm 100% sure of it. Facts, DG. Arsenal fans only care about us. We're not watching other teams. Bro, people are too heavily invested in other things. I've got Foxy. I replied to your comment in the chat still. Well, not the chat. I think you put on another vid. DJ, have we finally replaced Xhaka with this Bruno signing? I hope so. Well, I imagine we have because Rice has been playing there, but I hope so. I think Bruno's more aligned to Xhaka on the ball, really. And as much as I liked Granit Xhaka and always backed him at Arsenal, like it's not like Paul Scholes or Patrick Vieira or any of these. If you have these kind of calibers of player, I give you the luxury of, yeah, it's difficult to replace them. But yeah, man. Would you take and die from Everton? Yeah, but it depends on the price. I feel Everton going to play hardball. I don't know, but surely we must have had some indirect conversation when we're negotiating over Norgard about that. Cover for Willow, and I think our business is done. DJ, I think Gotts would be a gamble worth taking. Looks good. Arteta is not convinced with Eze. You can see it. Mika Gotts looks like he's going Paris Saint-Germain, though, so it's a myth, man. But I got to bring me Endrick and Vinny. Bro, your chest is high. I take Endrick if no Vinny. Oh no, DG changed his mind on the player. Must be a traitor. It's my 5th visit here. Currently 8:40 and tuning in. I come here to visit the fam often. If your plans coincide with mine, you're welcome here, DJ. Appreciate you. All right, we got Brazilians in the chat. Come on, don't worry. 2030. We're gonna get 6. We're gonna get 6. Bruno, come on, man. Come on, man. What if Arteta's plan is to make the left-hand side either Ethan, Zolis, or Martinelli? Bro, if you win me shit, I don't care, bro. Like, hey, make it work, innit? You're the gaffer. I'm the football fan. Make it work. We got 71 likes. Can we keep going? Should we actually see what is being said in the press? People, keep your conversations and all of that good stuff coming. David Ornstein did report earlier today, Newcastle are set to sanction the sale of Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal for a fixed fee of 75 mil. Considering apparently we floated 60 mil, 15 mil overpayment, it's all good. Arsenal started negotiations at a significantly lower fee, while Newcastle wanted a larger figure, but the clubs are set to reach a compromise. The overall package does not include add-ons, which is fantastic for us then. What's this? I was told by a source that Xabi Alonso is a big fan of Martin Zubimendi and has communicated to Chelsea that he's a player he likes and is of interest to him. I'm not saying Chelsea are going for Zubimendi, but he's a player who has been mentioned by Alonso. Makes sense because Alonso is at Real Madrid. They were linked with him. Obviously, I think Alonso gave him his chance at Sociedad, so it makes sense. Less of that. We will circle back on 1-2 things, as you saw there with Konza people. But let's keep it moving. As you can see, Romano said, breaking Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal. Here we go. Agreement in place with Newcastle after long talks and personal terms in place with Bruno since July. Fee worth 75 mil. New midfielder for Mikel Arteta, people. Keeping it moving. Bruno Guimaraes set to join Arsenal. 75 mil package. Lyon due 67 million. And 3.75 million solidarity goes to former clubs. Newcastle player sales in the last 12 months is at 350 mil. Fair play, man. Fair play. They're doing their thing. Keith Downey, who actually yesterday tried to say, there's still no talks with Arsenal and Newcastle. Maybe there's not. I don't know how we're signing Bruno because to my knowledge, there's still verbal agreements. I don't know, man. This is why I let the Dons who, you in the knows and ITKs and football experts and football scholars. I'm just a football fan. But yeah, Arsenal have agreed a 75 million fee with Newcastle for their captain Guimaraes. The Newcastle captain has been given permission to travel to London for a medical. Guimaraes told Newcastle bosses earlier this summer that he wanted to join Arsenal if a suitable offer arrived. Bruno did everything Newcastle asked, including attending training camp in La Manga, and great respect remains between the player and the club. Their fans probably, the hottest loves have the coldest ends. Completely off topic, but we did get Oz, we did get Odegaard, we did get Vinny. You could throw Ceballos and Julian Baptista, but Vinny, come man. They should have changed the graphic to the champs. This is a long ass read, isn't it? But Keith Downey has said, yawn. Newcastle did not want to sell and were desperate to keep Bruno. If Bruno had said he wanted to stay, Newcastle would have refused any offer from Arsenal or any other club. Attempts to persuade him otherwise and positive conversations were held, but Bruno was insistent he wanted to leave because he felt this was his last big opportunity to win titles. Get more money because you have 2 years left on your deal. I don't know if they want to give you... I don't know if your new contract at Newcastle, if you stayed, they would have given you a 4 or 5 year deal, which I assume is at Arsenal. Opportunity to win silverware. And at the end of the day, bro, the hottest loves have the coldest ends. I know many Newcastle fans, mainly social media, people are excited on social media, but many people will understand the food chain in life and say, you know what, Bruno, you've done it the right way. Go and live your life because there's a reality. You reject all of these clubs. You get to 30, 31. You want a 2 year deal. The club only wants to give you a 1 year. It is what it is. But there's a lot of people up in arms. Like, oh my God, he's a snake. He's a Judas. He's whatever. You got one life to live. They don't, as much as Bruno loves Newcastle and they love him, remember, this is a job, and this goes for all players in all walks of life. They don't love you. They know what you can do. Only your mum loves you unconditionally. They love you because you're a bloody good footballer. That's it. Attempts to persuade him otherwise. And again, why would you, not that you would want to stay, but you can see that the project is there, which obviously Newcastle will be back in it. They've got a new manager. They've got new players. I don't know if they'll reach the highs of Eddie Howe, but they'll be back. That's good for those players. If it takes 3-4 years for that project to renew, how old is Bruno? So I don't know, people. And when you're I think Eddie Howe, I mean, he's communicated he wants to cut anyways, but if he had any willingness to want to stay, surely Eddie Howe cut and made him think, yeah, I'm out of here type of thing, people. The deal could only happen if two things happened. Bruno said he wanted to leave, which he has respectfully, and Newcastle sold on their terms, similar to Tonali and Gordon. Newcastle insisted it was their valuation or no deal. They would only deal at a fee which would become one of the highest ever paid in the world for a 28-year-old. So it's about saving face. All right, cool, Newcastle. You look great, man. You look amazing, bro. Yeah, man. You held it. You pulled Arsenal's pants down. Great stuff. Bruno, trainers at 7 a.m., man. Come. So, yeah. In addition, a deal would only be sanctioned if the situation was handled properly, i.e. attending training camp in Spain. Newcastle feel Bruno has complied with their demands. They did not want a repeat of the Isaac situation where he refused to train. Agents were in between the clubs from the outset, but Newcastle refused all pushage, which had begun with mentions of 40 to 45 million in June. Arsenal elongated the transfer by refusing to contact Newcastle for weeks, which Newcastle found bizarre. Newcastle insisted there'd been no fallouts and good relations remained between the player and the club. We've kind of gone over this as well, people, but yeah, Ornstein's confirmed that it's a deal worth 75 million. We started with a significant lower fee. We've reached an agreement. He's scheduled to, have his medical and whatnot. Shout out hand of Arsenal, by the way. Bruno G has won more duels and more fouls than any other Premier League player across the last 3 seasons. He's also the only midfielder in the Premier League with 200 plus duels won, possession won, tackles won, fouls won. He also had 40 Premier League goal involvements in that time, which equates to 19 assists and 21 goals. On the Vinicius Jr front, unless there's been some update, Real Madrid sat down with Vini's agents a while ago and let them know that although they wanted him to stay, they would facilitate a sale if his plan was to leave, mainly to avoid him going for free in 2027. How? By offering them a share of the transfer fee. If Arsenal is willing to pay 150 million euros for Vinicius, Real Madrid would be willing to give Vini a percentage to smooth the way for a departure. It's a win-win-win. Vini gets a signing bonus, Real Madrid doesn't lose a player for nothing, and Arsenal signs a player before having to battle for him as a free agent. Now, I don't believe that, but if I was going to do the copium thing, I think that's a win-win-win for everyone. What do we make of that quote-unquote theory, people? Apparently, Jose personally called Vinicius after the World Cup. He told him he'll be a key player. Their relationship allegedly is very good. Is there any other updates? This is the most lucrative summer for sales in Real Madrid's history. Yeah, they sold their academy talent. Strasbourg. Okay, now forget that. What's this? Romano has said one more meeting for Vini and Real Madrid. Real Madrid want it sorted fast. Anything else? I know how this ends in it, but it is what it is. Camavinga wants to stay and fight. Vini and his agent will meet Real Madrid after training at 11 a.m. Spanish time. So it's 12:49 English time. What does that mean, people? I don't know, people. I don't know, man. But yeah, we should have been in for this guy, man. If Thiago Pritchard goes Fulham, there's probably a buyback clause in that for Real Madrid. Arrived at, apparently it's scheduled today. He arrived for training. He starts training at 10 a.m. 11 a.m. is where the meeting is scheduled between his agents, people. James Baines has said, there are several suitors for Gabriel Martinelli. Roma and Juventus are understood to be among a number of Serie A clubs who hold an interest, while Fenerbahce are also monitoring events, according to CBS Sports sources. Martinelli, however, will not rush any move. Then you move on with that. Real Madrid apparently had previously told Vini Jr and his agents that although they want him to stay at the club, they would facilitate a sale if his plan was to leave by offering them a share of the transfer fee to avoid him leaving on a free transfer in 2027. There's a reality where this week, no conclusion is drawn on Vini's new deal, and he goes into the season potentially being a free agent, but they're able to get a contract. Everything's on the table. And again, what's being reported, which there's different legs to it depending on what journalists you read, we don't know, innit, people? So hope for the best, prepare for the worst. The worst being, okay, we never got Vini. Next target comes in. Apparently, Vini has rejected Real Madrid's latest offer of 22 million euros on a contract until 2031. The offer was sent 2 weeks ago and it was rejected. However, the club is not giving up. They will try again in direct meeting tomorrow. This meeting will be decisive. Apparently, the meeting's already started. I mean, we're hardly going to find out anything in that regards. The meeting's underway. Real Madrid intends to emerge from it with a clear solution. Should we get involved in Ibrahim and Mbaye talk? I mean, if Liverpool get him and Bacola, they're taking a piss. Big up Tomiyasu. He's moving towards signing for Crystal Palace on a permanent transfer. Hopefully he can stay fit. Romano said, let me mention one thing. I expect Arsenal to be busy again. Arsenal are not done in the market. I think there's going to be more to come for the Premier League champions. I hope so. And then where is it gone? Where's the Konza stuff gone? Let's circle back on that. Okay. Okay, what's all of this? I heard the other day that Ndiaye is a player that Arsenal really like. He's rejected a contract proposal at Everton for now, and El Hilal are working on that deal. Maybe they pull it off, but Arsenal are one of the clubs that made an inquiry. What are we saying for Ndiaye? I'm on that. I can't cap to you lot. I'm on that. We've gone over the Zubimendi stuff to Chelsea. Aston Villa are braced for a fresh bid from Arsenal from Ezzy Konza. Arsenal's initial proposal was well below Villa's 60 million valuation, who are not under financial pressure to sell. Konza is a key target for Arsenal, and they are likely to give up. I mean, he's got 2 years left, 60 million. Let's do it for 50, even that. Like, if life was fair, 35 to 45, you know what? This is big up Konza and big up Aston Villa, yeah. But this would be the one thing that I would say. If Arsenal do the stingy thing, I hear it, I understand it and whatnot. Konza's a Spurs fan. He can be a Spurs fan. Paul Merson was a Chelsea fan. Arsenal fans loved him. Like, you can support whatever club you want, but you've got a job to do, innit? There's bare Arsenal fans that have probably slapped it on us. Kane grew up as an Arsenal fan. We've all seen him. Slapped it on us all the time. When you got a job to do, you got a job to do, man. Support you want as a person, innit? Just do your job on the pitch. 7 more likes and we have 100. Arsenal in for a Roja, another centre-back. And by Isabula, Vinny Saga is tired. Bro, it's giving us something to talk about. Comedy, appreciate you. Like up the stream. We are the champions. And that is techie. But how much are they asking, though, man? Can we do it for 50, 60? And even that, I'm like, I like him. I like his story. To be honest, I watched Bruno carefully during the World Cup. He doesn't cover ground as well as he used to. He's better than Telemans, though. Great to keep expectations low, but Vinny is coming to the carpet. Real Madrid want to keep them all in line. Can't let Vinny open the floodgates. Arsenal got the better tune signing over Spurs. Newcastle fans said Bruno was their best player. Another thing we bossed them on. Did they really need all these meetings if he signed a new deal? Yeah, because you got to be crystal clear. You got to dot I's and cross T's. But, man, fuck them Newcastle YouTubers and journalists, man. Big up the actual Newcastle fans. Fuck them, man. Bruno going to be a menace in an Arsenal shirt. I'm gassed about this one. This guy plays like a winner. He's going to get so many yellow cards. And potentially, we never got a red last year, did we? That's cap. Yes, we did. Did we? I feel like we did. I might be making things up. But he's definitely, listen, Bruno, you think that elbow thing you did against Jorginho, you do that in an Arsenal shirt, they're going to catch you for that one, mate. I can tell you that for free. I saw a report that the scum spuds were attempting to buy Osimhen that can't run. Serious financial package, really. Because I think that's why no one's really gone for Osimhen, because it can't be ability. There's too much signing bonuses and agent fees and wages. There's got to be something with Osimhen that we're not privy to as football fans. Because if it was just on ability, especially in this day and age where the striker market's dead, it reminds me of Ivan Toney before he went to Saudi. I'm English and live in England, but my family are Brazilian and live here, DG. So you're more than welcome next year, especially when we win back-to-back with Bruno and Vinny. The parties will be insane. Come on. We'll link up there. We're all expecting Bruno G to get number 39 in it, essentially. Berta working his magic. That's an excellent signing fee given the current market. I hear it, man. Fair play. I think it's a myth that Vinny is a dressing room disturbance. The dude is a good professional, especially when he's comfortable. You could argue disturbance could be good in a good way as well. Like, and I know I haven't seen them since we've been linked with him, but there were a lot of Arsenal fans that we used to talk about Vinny. Oh, I don't want him because he's going to be negative in the dressing room. Bro, sometimes you need cunts. Sometimes you need them. If we keep Martinelli, we need to invest in a neck brace to keep his head up. Kevin, I'm on you. You don't think I forgot that comment where you're like, oh, you wouldn't give Saka 7 shirt, but Martinelli didn't allow it, man. And you say, so you're dissing Martinelli after you was doing the nonsense. Martinelli, I love him, but I just accept him for what he is now, man. Like, I know you're gonna frustrate me. You might score one big goal. Your heart's in the right place. You're just a tool in the toolbox in the most respectful way. There's so many players I just accept you for what they are. Like, I don't think the penny's gonna drop now. Once you get to 24, 25, of course you can improve, but if it ain't dropped, it ain't dropped. Remember Bruno G's agents post Monday? I'm not doing all of that. Ornstein spoken again. Or are you regurgitating what we've already gone over? Ornstein, don't break my heart, bro. Oh, you're talking about that. Can't lie, I was braced for mentally. I just prepared for Vinny's staying. Arsenal need a left winger that can cover ground fast and supply passes, including crosses to Gyökeres to score headers and volleys as proper striking needs. Konza's a good centre-back. Well, don't worry about Bruno G. He's ready for Arsenal. Konza isn't good enough. I like Konza, man. I wouldn't move heaven and earth, but I'd understand it. He can play right back, which I know we're focusing on him. When we're talking about defensive reinforcements, we're kind of heavily focusing on Saliba, but Timber and White, it's a job, bro. Exactly. It's a job. Unfortunately, it's a job. Like, and even if I don't know, you happen to become a professional footballer and it's a boyhood, you're playing for your boyhood club and you're achieving your dream, bro. You can't look at it like that. You can't look at it like that because they're gonna do this game of football is a dirty game, Agents, managers, clubs, executives, it's a dirty game. I know a lot of people look at it with their tribal hat on and think their clubs are utopia, but like football is one of the most dirtiest, and it don't love you. It don't love these players. It don't love these players, man. So yeah, 3 more likes and we've hit 100. Appreciative to you lot who have hit such people. What else are you lot saying in the chat? Eduardo Hogpost. Listen, big him up, but like, if it's not Romano, Handover, I ain't trying to hear it, bro. Like, when is Jesus, White, Vieira, Nelson leaving? I think we need to hold on to White. I don't know, man. Is anyone? Maybe there's offers and it don't make sense, but is anyone going to be rushing to Arsenal to bid for the Gabriel Jesus's and the Fabio Vieiras and the Nelsons? Me personally, I think we need to draw a line under the sand for once, and they all need to be moved on. They've all got a year left on their deals. Just do the fire sale thing, man. Just keep it moving. So yeah, you can fill in that fullback. Vieira had interest from Hamburg. So hopefully there's a move on. And to be fair, I'm not accusing the players of anything, but hopefully these footballers want to get a move on. Like Fabio Vieira clearly is playing no part in Arsenal's future. Hopefully, as much as Arsenal allegedly want to move him on, he wants to go Hamburg or wherever. Hopefully Nelson wants to draw a line under the sun. Hopefully Gabriel Jesus wants to go somewhere. Though I wonder how Jesus views things. Does he want to run down his deal? Because one, I'm getting wages that I might not get elsewhere unless I go Saudi or something. Obviously, I would have fulfilled the duration of my contract, so there's a loyalty bonus. If I'm a free agent, I might be more attractive. Obviously, he might be deluded in his belief that, you know what, it's a squad game, 50-odd games. I've won a Premier League trophy at City and obviously here. I think I can help the team, or I think I can play ahead of the Marinos, the Kais, the Gyökereses. Clearly, he's not a disruptive figure because, he's in and around and whatnot. And even if you're buying Jesus, the fee has to everything has to make sense, because when you think of Gabriel Jesus, good player, of course, 2 massive injuries, and we haven't seen a body of work. And he's got a year left on his deal. So you actually, what do Arsenal want for him? Because we did hear earlier that there was Premier League interest, and apparently we want 20 million. I'll believe it if we can get 20 million on him, great. All things considered, I think you're wishing on a star, essentially, man. Jesus has Saudi links, but do these men want to go Saudi? Like, I don't know how Jesus views things. Does he think he can have a year or two still in Europe, then maybe go Saudi and then go back to Brazil? I don't know, man. This is where you wish you knew these guys, man. Our team is going to get hated even more next season. I can't wait. 1 Brazilian sign. Let's get another one. Look at the stats. The attack was fine when Saka was fit. Imagine having 2 wingers of that quality. Kai and Gyökeres will be salvated. What a name. Man's feeding his family in Nigeria. I mean, that seriously, the clauses players have in their contracts can be wild. And like I said, I hate to use the terms first and third world and all those things, but I do think when you look at, a lot of people look at it via that kind of lens, you forget some men are coming from struggle. Remember, Osman's got stories about, I was selling plastic bottles and that. This is a job. You look at John Duran, his career looks crazy. He's always moving. It's a job. Go get your P's, secure your family's generation. And unfortunately, a lot of these people, they probably get guilt tripped by family members. They're probably not just paying for their immediate family. There's their cousins and uncles and brothers, and like they're looking. Evra had the same. Like I remember Evra came out with an interview after his Juventus days or around that kind of time when he was getting towards the end. He's like, I can't stop playing. I've got bare siblings relying on me. That's the emotional burden a lot of these guys take, man. Kai is also injury prone. Makes sense for him to go. He ain't going nowhere now. Jesus is comfortable. Fair enough. But you got to do what you need to do. Martinelli wasn't overhyped. He was balling when we had Martinelli. Vini left the Valbas. I mean, professional footballer leaves training. It's not really news to me, but hey, like, it is what it is. Chelsea finesse Villa with Garnacho, Villa and Muggs. Dodgy, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. There's a bit of dodgy dealing. The game's the game, man. God, like, it's adapt or get left behind, man. So it is what it is. On that note, though, people, man, I got to run to TalkSport. So I'll see you lot for. In fact, before we get out of here, we got to plug the promo. I will see you lot for this. We will be here later today, people, to watch Arsenal versus Betis together. So make sure you're there. Also at 1:30, I've actually done a video about Bruno Guimaraes. So yeah, drop a like on that one. if you're not going to watch it and whatnot. I spoke about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Comment on the video and let me know how you feel. So yeah, man, without you lot, your super chats, your support, you lot watching it on the replay, joining in the conversation, DG Nation, man, you lot always support, man. Like, there's no words I can say for it. So yeah, man, you lot stay safe, stay blessed. Peace.